Welcome to the 8-Bit Show. I'm Hekla Petursson. And if you haven't seen this show before, it is all about pop culture, geek culture, and recently, the arts. I found that they all hold hands. Today, I'm very excited to interview a Richmond-based photographer, Miranda Jean, who has been making strides to connect the artist community. And welcome to the show, Miranda.
Hello, thanks for having me.
Of course, you have taken initiatives in the Richmond community that have brought artists together. And it feels like something we really need, especially after COVID and now that it's cold out. Mm-hmm. So first up, tell me about the Richmond Chronicle. The beautiful cover is on the screen right now. I love it.
So the Richmond Chronicle is a yearbook. That's the simplest way I can say it. It has a lot of the things that your typical school yearbook would have. Mm-hmm. So it's got portraits, and then it's got submissions from artists. And it's really, the whole point is that it's for Richmond artists and the people that support them. Yeah. And the people that support them at the end of that statement is really important because we're not checking credentials when you show up to a portrait or submit your work. We truly have the understanding that every single person that even interacts in the artist community in a small way, huge way, whether you're just coming out to shows for First Fridays or you are a venue owner or a bartender or a manager, that you are a piece of the community here and that you deserve to be, remembered and looked fondly over by people's kids years and years ago. So it's a print book. I'll show it right here.
Beautiful.
And it's a physical thing that you can buy and have. It's not just for online or Instagram. It's something that you can have in perpetuity. And really the point is just to be inclusive and really highlight all of the moving pieces and people in Richmond that support the artists and make Richmond.
I love it.
Thanks.
Especially because I have this feeling where I don't know when I qualify as an artist. Yeah. Like, what is the baseline for being an artist? Mm-hmm. And it's really anyone who makes it or supports it.
Yeah.
And I got to do the Richmond Chronicle this year. I came in for a photo at the Camel, which was super cool. Yeah. And it felt so welcoming. Thanks. You weren't like, what do you do? Why are you here?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it felt very... I felt like I was part of something big.
Yeah, and especially, there are so many different definitions to art as well. Yeah. Like, if you make Legos, if you are an engineer, I think that there is a lot of traits that are similar between the work that, a painter does. Yeah. There's a lot of training and focus and dedication that goes into it. There's no strict lines at what art is or who is an artist. It's really just if you define that for yourself, which is a big step and the first step to make, then you're invited to come.
And I think this is also a big, it's a bout of confidence. When I left, I told you that's the best picture I've ever seen of myself, first of all. And second of all, it made me feel, it just made me feel confident. I felt good about getting myself out the door. Mm-hmm. I'm sure there's a lot of people who feel very brave to come and get their picture taken.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, COVID happened. We all got onto TikTok and really deep in our phones. And it's taken a lot to come back from that and really get people back out into their community and really value that. I really appreciate everyone that comes out and just makes the time. It takes 5 minutes. It doesn't hurt.
Yeah.
You can barely feel it. One thing that I decided early on, this is my third year doing it. So I've had a lot of improvements and changes throughout the years, but from the first portrait session, I knew that I needed a way to have people see their portrait. I mean, I remember just in any picture that I've ever taken, but especially in yearbook pictures, you just snap, okay, next kid. Yeah. And then your parents, get what they get. But really, I wanted this to feel empowering and to build trust, with the community and with myself and with the picture that you're getting. Yeah. So there'll be people that come in, we take 30 pictures because we want to get it right, the glare, your eyes, you blinked or something. So I really want to make sure that how you're represented in the Chronicle is, your decision. And the best thing that happens at the Camel or any other venue that I do it is when two people come in at the same time, and either I get to introduce them because they're either someone I just met, someone that I've known for a long time, or I just, know what they do and I think that they should meet, or they've known each other for years and years and years. And because all of our social lives are so complex, they haven't seen each other, like, what are you doing here? So it's really just such a great meeting place for people too, and such a good excuse for me to take pictures of people. I mean, just do what I love.
Yeah. Oh, I love that so much. Yeah. I know. I'm excited to flip through it and see all the pictures because, like a school yearbook, I'm probably going to be like, oh my gosh, there are this many people in my vicinity doing things similar to me.
Yes. Yeah.
I got to meet them.
Mm-hmm. And one of the best things that I get too is people will, I have people fill out a form when they come to get their picture taken just so they can type out their name, how they want it printed. I'm not, worrying about spelling it wrong or anything. And people, I don't say anything, but people will give me their last names. Mm-hmm. And technically, usually that's not something that you put in your Instagram profile. Yeah. So I see people flip through and they're like, oh, that's their name? And I'm like, yeah, it is. So or people, know each other's faces from being at shows or seeing them in bands, but they don't know their name at all. Yeah. So it's really like a cute little phone book, if you will.
I love it. Yeah. Another initiative that you've been a part of for building community is the RVA Music Venue Town Hall. Mm-hmm. I love this way to get artists together because sometimes musicians and bands can feel a little competitive or like they're alone on stage. Mm-hmm. And so this sounds wonderful to me. Can you talk about it?
Yeah. And in addition to being competitive too, there's, just in any industry, but there are these venues of the Camel, Gallery 5, all of these places, and you're not really sure who runs it, who's booking the shows, what are they like, what do they look like, what is their name. Yeah. So it was just a really good opportunity. This is the second one that we did, and we had different bookers come and stand up on stage with us and answer some questions from the audience and just others in the music community about the ways that you can get booked at music venues, what to avoid, what to do, and just tips and tricks. And really just also, I think the time before and after is so valuable outside of the actual town hall part where people get off stage and then it's just mingling and chatting and lots of handshakes and just further getting out into the community and getting off of our phones and realizing that everyone around us is so valuable and that it's just important to have these conversations too, that for newer bands, it can be so daunting, I think, to get out of house shows or DIY venues or just out of their, practice space to try to get onto a show. So we really want to make it as accessible as possible for newer and younger artists.
Yeah, that sounds so grounding. And again, like the Chronicle, welcoming, because this is an event that anyone can attend. Mm-hmm. I found it through Instagram personally.
Yeah.
Is this something that non-artists have attended? Do you think it's more geared toward the musicians who want to be booked?
I think it's a lot of musicians that want to be booked, but I think in the audience too, specifically, and what it's open to is people to just learn about the music industry, and if they've been wondering about how to book shows, that this might be a good event to come to just get some tips and tricks from other people and learn how they started booking shows so that you can do the same.
Sweet. Mm-hmm. And so that is aiming to be quarterly. 2 have happened so far, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Sweet. Yeah. Last but not least, you have a third community outreach initiative for the arts in Richmond, and it's that you are on the board for the Newland Music Prize, which is literally giving back with a prize. Mm-hmm. Tell me a little bit about what that competition entails.
So the Newland Music Prize is an award given to an artist or musician that has come out with the best album, full-length album in the Richmond area in that year. So there's a lot of folks that are voting members and a lot of other amazing community members on the board. And we just work to fundraise mostly, and then make sure that we are deciding and picking albums in a thoughtful and inclusive way. So we make sure that, genres are fully accounted for, everything from hard metal to hip hop.
Love it.
And we make sure that our voting community is super diverse and has arms and ears in every single area of Richmond so that no one is left out. It's not about how many followers you have, how many people come to your shows. It's just about people listening to the full album and deciding what they think is best. And then the best thing that comes out of it is the cash prize that we give to these artists that let them just continue their work. All of us probably have jobs that we have to clock in and out of to pay the bills. And generally, there's not a whole lot left over to fully build out our dreams. So this is just a small way that we can give back to those artists to just fully help them realize those dreams and those goals that they have.
That is so beautiful. And I think that's a reality for so many people in Richmond. And I love that there's something aside from Instagram followers or Spotify listeners that people can strive for.
Yeah.
Especially in this inclusive and fair way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I love all the initiatives you're taking. Yeah. As soon as I followed you on Instagram, I felt like I was already more part of the community because I'm seeing all of these events and collabs reposted, which leads me to my final question. If people want to get involved with any of these, because the Richmond Chronicle's annual, the Newland Music Prize is annual, and the Music Venue Town Hall is quarterly.
Yes.
So if people miss them this year, how can people find you and make sure they get to it next year?
So the Richmond Chronicle, most important, is that you come out to a portrait session and or submit your work. There is no limit to the amount of community that we will get in here. Yeah. So it's really important that everybody comes. And you can find more dates, more information, ways to submit at rvachronicle.com. There's also Richmond Chronicle on Instagram, and you can follow me personally at miranda.unofficial. The town hall, you'll want to follow Gallery 5 Arts on Instagram, and the Newland Music Prize, I think, is just that on Instagram as well.
Sweet.
Yeah.
I hope everyone gets out there. The more people, the merrier. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thanks for having me.
Although we're striving for in-person community events, social media really helps a lot. So follow Miranda or the Richmond Chronicle on any of your social media platforms so you can get in on the fun and you can repost and share so that all the artists you know can come together and do cool stuff like the Richmond Chronicle. I love to see it, and I can't wait to be published in it because, like I said, that is the best picture I've ever seen of myself. Are you kidding? I'm Hekla Petursson, and you can find me on Instagram or other social medias at the Hekla. Kind of easy. You can also watch this show on the WRIC Plus streaming app. It's really nice, especially if you watch these shows while you're cleaning the house or doing work, which is how a lot of us watch our podcasts. It's a great way to stream it. So definitely check out the free WRIC Plus streaming app on your TV. Of course, there's the WRIC app and the WRIC.com. These also get posted in full to the Facebook. So wherever you want to watch it, you cannot be stopped because we are everywhere. I will see you in the next episode.